Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Devil May Cry 3.
Whoosh. Oh, I sure hope a girl doesn't land on me from heaven, although I sure could use one.
Whoosh!
Thank you, God.
Well, this is
I forgot he made a joke like that.
No wonder this guy looks so funny today.
Let me go.
let you go.
Huh. Let you go? I feel like I gotta...
Very poor choice of words.
I feel like I gotta... Sarah's Victoria, don't shoot Alucard.
What's her face? I have to tell you that is not how blades work.
Here I am trying to help you, and you show your thanks by shooting me?
Ouch!
Whatever. Do as you please.
So yeah, Dante just got shot twice in the fucking head and gets to brush it off.
So he's a demon too.
He's not human.
I'm beginning to think I've got rotten luck with women.
And there's our mystical number 7. Hope you saw it.
No, I missed it. I missed it. Everything looks like
He drew it with blood.
ass, I'm afraid, Mr. Gerdad. A lot of things in this game look like ass. Not that it's the game's fault necessarily. Please excuse me if the fine details escape me occasionally. The pitch
All
black.
right,
Well,
so
it's kind of brightly lit for a pitch black void.
that's not actually what they're referring to, but so here we have a new enemy type, the chess pawns. The chess pawns specifically are stupidly easy. Like they will very slowly rev up a relatively high power melee attack, and you are expected to either have them killed or have them killed before they execute it, or
You got hit by it.
or yeah, I did get hit by it.
What you were saying?
No, you are expected to either kill them before they get a chance to execute it, or dodge out of it when it happens, because it's very, very well telegraphed.
It is well telegraphed. It would behoove one not to get hit more than once.
But we're gonna have another new enemy type in this room, Mr. Cloud, and I do remember what this one is.
Whoa.
Welcome. This is the Hell Greed. Greed is very interesting because he has the ability to summon additional hells, and as such, it is imperative that you attempt to take down the Greeds as fast as you can. However, with auto lock on being as it is very easy for you to end up on targets that you do not want to focus on.
Yeah, I see. So that is intentional confusion.
Whoosh, whoosh, and whoosh.
Gentlemen, I have the perfect plan. Our players hate the camera system as much as they hate the auto lock-on system. This difficulty spike is ours, gentlemen.
For the record, this isn't honestly that big of a difficulty spike unless it's your first time dealing with Greeds. Once you actually know what the gimmick for Greeds is, this fight in particular is actually relatively simple to deal with.
Yeah, this would be one of those things that if I realized it and then, saw myself using, a lot less resources, getting hit less, I would say, just retry the checkpoint. I got this.
No, but the checkpoint is like 15 minutes away.
When the fuck is... No. We just started a new mission.
Okay, fine. The checkpoint is supposed to be 4 minutes away. But unfortunately for us, I actually screwed this up slightly in that I wasn't supposed to go up the tower first. I was actually supposed to go down.
There's not enough power.
Yeah, we do not have the orichalcum fragment, and the orichalcum fragment is at the bottom is at the bottom of the elevator shaft. And not this elevator shaft. No, the other one that we already ascended up. So
of course.
Backtracking we go.
You levers and pulleys. Tranquil Souls room. I see it's very quiet in this room.
No, well, we've already been in these rooms, is why.
Skullspire. Embroidered with skulls. Something appears
Yeah,
to be
well,
missing.
we're looking for the skull key item that goes into that slot in order to progress into the next major boss fight,
The skull key.
which requires us to go all the way back to the beginning of the level and fall down the elevator shaft instead of up.
Into the void with you.
No, we can't go into that void. I do believe that you have the ability to scale up the side path up there, but I don't really remember if there's anything up there. There might be one of the secret missions up there, to be perfectly honest, but I don't know, because I don't know where most of the goddamn secret missions in the game are.
Dante is so adorable. Like, weep, boop.
And so we enter the Divine Library, where there are yet more chess pawns. Also, inactive statues.
They're just pretending. They're just pretending. I like that. I like that. Some of them are real, and some of them are just there to fuck with you. Because I bet that first one was made you go, Jesus Christ, here we go. It's like, oh, it's a trick.
Well, no,
tricked
the
me.
first one is supposed. The first one is supposed to make you question. Wait, is this going to be an enemy type? Because it's supposed to be the first time that you encounter it. But once you get the Orichalcum fragment, you can just say, well, you can just skip the rest of this room. So, away we go.
Well, yeah, but you're leaving behind all the daggone
Back into the
experience.
Heaven Rise Chamber.
That's the privilege of a new game plus mode. A new game.
Yeah, we don't need to be collecting the orbs.
Correct.
So.
You don't need the experience. You don't need additional resources when Dante is this fucking hard. What I'm saying is that in a new game, it would behoove you to get as much experience as you need.
For Trickster specifically, the other styles don't. The other styles don't actually help it enough to. Oh, and if you go far enough away from specific rooms, they end up respawning their enemy counts.
It's all right. You could just fucking walk past them. They can't even get in a position fast enough for you to take them seriously.
Yeah.
Do you even lift, bro?
No, well, it wouldn't be lift, it would be leg day.
Yeah. The Orichalcum fragment.
And no, bro, I do not leg day. So what is your favorite key item in the Resident Evil series?
Oh, man. You know, as soon as you asked me that, I immediately thought of the false eye of Baitoris Mendes. Because you're not expecting it to be a key item. You just think that it's just a cool little gimmick that when you see this dude in the face, you could clearly see that one of his eyes is different than the other. Oh, it is much more important than that.
Alright, so by using the Siren Shriek that we got earlier, we can expunge this amount of fire. And this is a room that we have not yet actually been into, although it looks very much like a room that we have been in already.
Yep. And you know what else I noticed in earlier parts is that this game is using colors in order to force you, in order to motivate your human brain to forget. I've been seeing a lot of greens and reds. You know what green and red makes you do? It makes you forget. It makes you forget. It makes you lose interest. And you know what happens when you lose interest in things is that you forget they're there. Like important places.
So, this particular puzzle, all you really, this is one of the big reasons why I carry Agni and Rudra throughout the entire game, is because this puzzle ends up coming back a couple of times, and it's annoying each time it happens. So, yeah, it's why I carry Agni and Rudra over most of the other weapons. You can certainly do that puzzle with Cerberus. But doing that puzzle specifically with Rebellion is a pain in the ass, so...
No doubt.
Whoosh!
Alright, so... Places that look the same, check. Annoying enemy traps, check. Enemies that continuously spawn other enemies, check.
This isn't honestly all that annoying of an enemy trap. I mean, sure, there's greeds here, but as we've already shown off, greeds are not honestly all that difficult to take down, so...
Well, what we're not seeing here is a fucking gang of enemies beating the crap out of you from behind while you're using your low-level weapons to take out what is ostensibly a pretty durable opponent.
Greed specifically is pretty durable, but none of the enemies that he can spawn actually are. Most of the time, he ends up just spawning either Wraths or Envies. And although he can spawn sloths, and gluttonies, like he doesn't usually. So
Okay, so at the present count, you have 16.
no. The red ones are lust. That's what they are.
Okay, so at the
Thank you.
You're welcome. So at present, you have 16 units of health, and you've burned through 3 of them getting through that. So how many units of health are you supposed to have at that part?
Depends. If you go for all the secret missions by now, and you're actually buying the blue orbs in the shop, 12? Yeah, 12.
So you have between like 8 and 12 at best.
Yeah.
Well, I can see on the low end that. Well, I mean,
But again,
like,
that's if you're going for that you have to be purchasing the blue orbs from the shop as well as going for the weapon challenge statues and going for the secret missions in order to have 12 at this point.
yes. And you also would be getting hit more often, as I was saying, because dealing less damage, enemies have the same amount of health as they're supposed to have, the durable,
No,
and the spawn.
that is one thing that I actually applaud Devil May Cry 3 for. You are never dealing less damage in this game unless you want to count specifically Ebony and Ivory and Kalina Ann's earlier states. Your melee weapons have a fixed amount of damage.
I see. But your styles do not?
No, your styles don't impact your damage at all. Your styles just impact what techniques you have access to.
Okay, so that would mean that we would be
Like,
having an even easier time in the new game mode because we're dealing the same amount of damage now as we would normally be.
Yes.
I see.
The styles are supposed to improve your DPS. Are supposed to improve your damage per second by how familiar you are with them, but it doesn't happen. Specifically because there isn't a numerical change in the amount of damage you're doing when you switch styles. There's definitely supposed to be for Swordmaster and Gunslinger, but it just doesn't happen. All you get when you switch over to Gunslinger is access to different gun style techniques. And because you lose out on either sword style techniques or the evasive bonuses from Trickster, Gunslinger is honestly the worst of the 4 starting the worst of the 4 starting styles that you have access to.
Right, because it drives down your damage per second.
When it comes to the first 4 styles that you have access to, hi Virgil. The only 2 that you really should be considering are Royal Guard and Trickster. Royal Guard, if you actually want to figure out how it is best to engage in defensive play, or Trickster if you want to avoid taking damage at all.
Kind of reminds me of the Dark Souls exploit, though, is just take a high damage weapon and then use the game's fucking cruddy weapon scripting in order to make it so that you're swinging it twice as fast.
It is raining like it was in the dream sequence.
You showed up.
Of course I showed up, Virgil. You sent me an invitation and everything.
You sure know how to throw a party. No food, no drinks.
And there are no chicks.
No chicks at all.
Apology, brother.
The total sausage fest, and I'm the frying pan.
Couldn't concentrate on preparations for the bash.
Whatever. At any rate, it's been a whole year since we last met. How about a kiss from your little brother? Or better yet, how about a kiss from this?
God damn, Dante's flourishes are so cool.
So, this is what they call a heartwarming family reunion, eh?
Oh my god. The number of times I have seen fools
You got
die
that
on this.
Okay, so you have actually some pretty negative experiences with Virgil 1. Well, prepare to be super disappointed because although I don't do this fight perfectly, Yeah, Virgil 1 is honestly a really fucking easy fight, at least for me.
Says you as soon as you take
Yes,
3 health
I
unit
say
loss.
so. And well, here's the thing: I am not good at this game, like at all. Like very factually,
Neither
I
am
am
I.
not good at this game. But even I, once I have learned the particular patterns, Virgil's already half dead, and we just started this fucking fight.
Yeah, but he's gonna get more powerful.
He's gonna get more difficult to fight. He's not ever gonna get more powerful. That, again, it's one of the huge benefits that I have to give to Devil May Cry 3. Like, Virgil will be at this level of power for the entire game, including on his rematches.
Thank you, destructible environments. You make epic boss.
For the record, only Virgil can actually destroy the environments. We can't do it.
Oh, of course. And you're dead.
Yep. So yeah, the first time that you fight Virgil 1, you're probably gonna die a couple of times trying to figure out when is a good opportunity to attack and close in on him. Also, do not, for any fucking reason, use Ebony and Ivory during the Virgil fight. It just doesn't do anything to him.
He dodges bullets.
It is something that it's something that I showed off very little at the start of the fight.
The power of our father, Sparta.
Father?
This is Sparta, bitch.
I don't have a father.
I just don't like you. That's all. So yes, this is a callback specifically to the dream sequence that we had at the during the intro.
It's only this time.
No, this is what happened during the dream sequence.
We
Virgil
still
wins.
die.
Foolishness, Dante. Foolishness.
Might controls everything.
And without strength, you cannot protect anything.
Let alone yourself.
Self.
Now cut my head off. No, you stole my things. You stole my blood.
They're my things, dang it!
Give it back. Give it back, I say.
So the whole reason why this part is 20 minutes long is because, yeah, the banter, the witty banter between Dante and Virgil takes up a whole 5 minutes of this part. I'm sorry, guys, but I honestly love DMC3's cutscenes a fuck ton. So
You finally have it.
Yes. Now the spell Sparta cast will be broken.
Very Jesus-like posture.
of course it's Jesus-like. We're the Red Oni after all.
I see a devil inside you has awakened as well.
Wait. We should leave. For the moment, we have all that we need.
Fine.
And so, for the record, because DMC Devil May Cry is no longer canon, this is the first time that Dante actually activates his double trigger, and he does it on accident. For the record, because this is not Devil May Cry 1, we will never get to see Dante's Devil Trigger up close. I don't actually use it until like almost the end of the fucking game because I don't need it for anything.
For future reference, please observe Night on Bald Mountain Fantasia 1941 by Disney Production Studios.
Nah, he looks better than Chernobog does. Well, actually, he looks more alien than Chernobog does. And in the next episode, we will start our descent down Temenigru.
Why must they always be aliens?
Only a C on damage because I took way too much damage during the first fight.
Asax.
But, oh well.
Ass.
Alright, be safe, everybody.